I have a question. If the food stamp lady, she came back and like was sincere and said she was sorry and that she shouldn't have done that, would you forgive her?
I made a lot of mistakes. I'm an imperfect person, just like you are, just like everybody else is. We all make mistakes, right? But do you grow and learn from those things? Because I have.
By now, most of you have seen that video of that stupid bitch crunching on that toast and talking shit about people on food stamps. Well, I grew up on food stamps and she could go herself. I'm so sick and tired of her fucking crunchy mouth. I've never wished a bitch would choke on a piece of toast so fucking hard in my life. As a child growing up in poverty in Kentucky, I got bullied in school relentlessly for being poor. My clothes were shabby, hand-me-downs. My first pair of glasses were donated from the Lions Club Foundation, and they looked like they used to belong to some 70-year-old man. I was skinny and hungry, and my baby teeth rotted out of my mouth from malnutrition and lack of dental care. And the kids made fun of me for that, too. My mama would send me to the store to pick up bread and milk, and every time I had to hand those food stamps over to the cashier, I would look around to make sure none of my classmates were watching me. It was embarrassing. But it doesn't have to be, and it shouldn't be. For God's sake, we live in the most powerful fucking country in the world. If we can't help our own citizens, then why the fuck are we helping people in Argentina? I remember my mama used to get us the cheapest shoes she could find, and that was the first time I ever had new shoes. I was probably about 9 years old. Those shoes were made out of nylon, and they had these little stripes on the side, kind of like Adidas, but a much cheaper generic version. And all the kids in school used to call them buddies. They would point at me and laugh in the hallway and say, well, if you lose all your friends, at least you still got your buddies. And all that shit came back to me when I watched that toast-crunching bitch sit there and pretend like she's a fucking Christian. Bitch, you don't know Jesus. You ain't nothing like Jesus. But in the 3rd grade, there was a lunch lady named Libby, and she took pity on me because she saw how hungry I was, and she used to put extra food on my tray at lunchtime. One day, she asked me for my phone number, and I gave it to her. My mama got mad at me because the lunch lady called her up and said, I understand that you all are struggling financially, and I would like to help you out with your Thanksgiving dinner. And my mama said, well, we don't accept no charity, lady. And Libby said, please, I'm a Christian. I just want to help you. And she finally did convince my mother to let her come over. And she brought us a big old giant turkey and stuffing and potatoes and beans and everything we could possibly need for a delicious dinner. And I was very thankful. Me and my little brother William gave Libby a big old hug. And we said, thank you so much for making our holiday better. And that's when she asked my mama if she could take me and my little brother over to her house for Christmas. And to my surprise, my mother said yes. Now, Libby and her family lived in the country in a big brick house, and they were definitely middle class, which was a major step up for us. Her house was beautiful, and she had candy dishes all around for Christmas. And she said we could eat as much candy as we wanted. And we did. She had 2 little boys about the same age as me and my little brother William, and we had so much fun playing with them. They had the most amazing toys. For the first time in my life, I got to witness what it was like to stay in a house with a middle-class family who didn't struggle financially for everything that they had to eat. And while I was envious of her little boys, I was so grateful that they let me be a part of that holiday season. It was also the first time in my life that I ever experienced true Christian love. Libby was definitely a Christian who followed the example of Jesus Christ to love and care about other people. And I'll never forget Libby. I'll never forget that experience. For anybody else out there who's calling yourself a Christian, sitting there eating food while you talking shit about people on food stamps, there's a special place in hell for you.
She says she's only human and apologized, but can a simple sorry really undo the heartbreak, the frustration, and the chaos Nap left behind? Families are struggling, shelves are empty, and wallets are drained. The chaos is real, and this is just the beginning. I'm Tiana, and you're watching Tiana's React. Let's dive in and see people's reactions to this. But before we do, please do well to like, share, and of course, subscribe to keep the channel moving.
Given the fact that the SNAP program is in jeopardy and 30% of the recipients are either disabled or elderly, a lot of people thought that your video was tone deaf, giving not only the timing, but offensive to a lot of people. They thought that you lacked humility and compassion and were punching down. And I agree. What do you say about that? Your tone.
Okay. So as far as the tone goes, it definitely was an aggravated tone for me. And it came because I had just watched another video that, kind of set me off, right?
Was it the one you mentioned in your video that someone had been making $1,100 on food stamps? Was that the video you were watching?
Correct. That was one of the videos that I had watched that really like led me to make that video because I was really aggravated. I had just woken up and I made breakfast. As everybody saw, I was eating my peanut butter toast. Um, you know, but as a Christian, I do realize that the humility that I am receiving from this means that I should recognize those mistakes and learn from them. And also in this particular instance, care more about how I made everybody feel. And it was never my intention to make people feel bad about themselves for receiving assistance. I know a lot of families need assistance.
So okay, so you're apologizing for your tone, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely am apologizing for the tone in the video. I don't believe that what I said was necessarily wrong in the video. I just believe the way I said it and the fact that I didn't show the audience like who exactly the audience was that I was looking for in that video that I was speaking directly to. I think it was misinterpreted and
Okay,
not
yeah.
communicated.
So you apologize for your tone. To me, it came off like someone just pissed in your Cheerios or your toast, I guess. You mentioned about the things that you said were not wrong. You said now you did mention that the Democrats were responsible for the shutdown. Whether or not it was right or wrong, was it necessary to include in this video? And the reason I asked that is because if I were a Democrat and I was on food stamps, not only would it feel like you're punching me in the face for the food stamps, but you're also punching me in the face for my alignment. And I would think, like, does this woman hate me that much?
No, first off, I don't hate anyone. Okay, let's get that straight. I don't hate anyone. I don't wish ill will on anyone. As far as the Democrats go, and the reason why I brought up Democrats in the video is because most people knew that there was a government shutdown, like that it was imminent, and I wanted them to be prepared. I came from a place more of preparedness and aggravation at the same time, which is why I asked people if they shopped smartly, if they stocked up on pantry items with their October food stamp money, because like the Democrats are holding people hostage right now, and they're using them by their own words as leverage. And I don't think that they should be doing that. There's been a clean CR that's been voted on 13 times now, and they absolutely refuse to pass that bill.
What kind of peanut butter is your brand, and what was in that video?
The peanut butter toast lady has something to say, and I now feel obligated to help her get her message out. Hey, I just wanted to let everyone know I'll be posting a new video soon. I work, so I'll do it when I'm free. In the meantime, if I could just let everyone know that online bullying and harassment are punishable by law. So be careful out here. If you are bold enough to do it, just know it may cost you in the end. The video will be long too, and I'll address as many comments as I can. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. First off, your Republican innuendo of "I work" is absolutely hilarious. You guys have been saying that Democrats don't work and we live in mommy's basement. It's actually hysterical that you would even throw that little sentence in there. But that's besides the point. When the truth of the matter is, I found out that it's actually you that's actually living in mommy's basement. Or should we say grandma's basement. Also, the audacity to say that you are being online bullied and harassed when you went online and basically punched down upon millions and millions of people that can't afford their Thanksgiving dinner because the guy you voted for has shut down the government. So what's good for me is not good for thee. I get it. You could bully. You can harass. But nobody else can because it's punishable by law. Really? The law works both ways. And the way I see it, you bullied and harassed millions of Americans that are poorer than you, that can't afford their Thanksgiving dinner now. It would be you that's the bully, and it would be you that is harassing. Your most recent post is amazing. I hope everyone who is profiting off of people trash talking me enjoys those funds and uses them wisely. That was you that created a video hoping to get paid from the Creator Reward Program over mocking people on food stamps. I'm going to end this video like this. No one is mocking you, no one is harassing you, and no one is bullying you. Everyone is just showing you the mirror. And since you like talking about Jesus so much in your videos, let me tell you something. Jesus fed the poor. Jesus welcomed the immigrant. And also, Jesus would have had his kids. Have a day!
A sorry won't fill empty pantries or calm angry hearts. The damage is done and chaos continues, and more people are feeling the impact every single day. Well, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate. Please do well to like, share, and of course, subscribe to keep the channel moving. Till next time!